we'll go comments from Coach Kelly, and then we'll do questions for the student athletes, dismiss them, and then questions for Coach. Coach, your comment.
Yeah, great football game. First, I want to congratulate K-State, an outstanding team, a real hard-fought battle. I thought a real clean game. You know, they made us earn everything that we did, especially on the offensive side of the ball. They did some great things early, but I think our guys found a way, you know, to kind of overcome that, and it's kind of what we stand for. And we talked about it, you know, when we got an opportunity to get invited to this game, it was about finishing. And we had a great month of preparation for this, and these guys were just outstanding. I can't say enough about these guys. So, good shit.
Okay, let's go to questions for the student athletes.
I have a question for Kenyon. Bernard Bokenny, 750 The Game in Portland. Kenyon, what does Coach Kelly mean to you as an individual?
It means everything. Without him, I wouldn't be the running back that I am, nor would I be the person that I am. Sitting with him in meeting rooms is a lot different than sitting in any other meeting room that I've ever been in, because it's not just about football, it's about life. He teaches you life lessons as a man, so he means a lot to me.
To the left, please identify yourself.
Steve Memphis from the Register Guard. D'Anthony, can you just talk about that opening kickoff and kind of what we were looking for? You kind of got it on the corner and kind of continues 2 big bowl games in a row for you.
I just feel like my role in this game was just to be a momentum builder and a game changer. And once I seen that opening field, I just wanted to get to the end zone fast and celebrate with my team and get ready for the next play.
To the right.
Eric, Scott Reed, DuckSportsAuthority.com. What kind of adjustments did you guys make in the second half? Because it looked like in the first half they were killing you guys on the crossing pattern. In the second half, you seemed to make some adjustment. What did you do at halftime on that?
We just talked about it over team, just alerted to the backers or the drops, alerted that it was coming, and then really just stay focused and read our keys.
Right here.
Rob Mosley, Register Guard. Marcus, for you guys offensively, what did it mean just to stake to a lead like that? I mean, you guys are winning the game before you even have to step on the field the first time. But having that return kind of jumpstart you.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was a great start. I mean, to be able to be up, you know, 7-0, 8-0, really gives you a lot of momentum and a lot of confidence in what you're doing. And to be able to have guys like D'Anthony and, you know, to have them have the ability to make plays like that, you know, shows the kind of team we have, and it really just kind of makes us very dimensional.
Here in the front.
For the seniors, Michael and Kenyon, what's it mean? You've had a long career, good career. What's it mean to go out with this win, and for Coach Kelly as well?
Michael, you first.
You know, it's a blessing. You know, we were like the first class under Coach Kelly, and, you know, he's meant the world to us. We've, you know, bought into whatever he said. And for everyone, you know, in that locker room, everyone's bought in. And it shows throughout the past 4 years. You know, no team really has gone to 4 straight BCS games. And it's just an honor and a blessing to just be able to play for him.
Opinion?
And to piggyback right off of what he said, you know, it's an absolute honor, it's an absolute blessing. What Coach Kelly brought to this program has taken it to another level. It's set the tone for teams to come and for the future. It's just, we've been on an amazing road, and couldn't have ended on a better note.
To the right.
Aaron Fentress with the Oregonian. This is for the 2 seniors. You talked a little bit about the success for the past 4 years, but can you compare it all, the emotions or feelings, to last year's Rose Bowl? That was a 94-year drought, and you guys hadn't won a BCS game in over 10 years, to winning a back-to-back and maybe finishing in the top 5 for 3rd straight year. Is there a comparison in those emotions?
Michael first.
I think right now it's kind of surreal because it's our last game. You know, last year we had the thought that we're going to come back for our senior year. You know, hopefully go to another big game. But right now, I think it's just a lot more surreal than anything else. You know, your last time playing with these guys. You know, taking off the pads last time in an Oregon jersey. It's kind of surreal, and you're kind of just in a daze right now. So compared to last year, you know, it's more joyful setting those seniors out the right way. For us, you know, it's kind of surreal. Like, this was our last game, but we went out on top. Right now, I don't feel any sadness. Maybe tomorrow, you know, not being able to go back to Eugene and, you know, seeing these guys, you know, they're a second family to me. All 105 brothers are there. So probably, you know, tomorrow and probably next week, I'll be like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Kenyon?
For me, definite sadness. Just knowing that what I've known for the past 4.5 years, you know, is no more. I got to get ready for the next chapter of my life. But, you know, I'm definitely enjoying this moment. And compared to last year, it feels exactly the same. Excited, happy, and just thrilled that we won another football game.
DeAnthony, back to you. Can you talk about the touchdown catch you had? And then that's 2 bowl games where you've had big plays. Have you felt like kind of the extra preparation time or anything like that's kind of helped you out going into bowl games?
I just seen it's like as a team effort, you know. We had some great practices out in Eugene, and we came to Scottsdale and also had some great practice. So I just feel like it was a team effort, and we got the win. And I just feel like our team is young, and we still have a lot to accomplish.
Far right.
Marcus and Kenyon, they had some success slowing you guys down in the first half, and then when they missed the field goal, you guys got the ball back with a minute to go, and you went right down the field. Can you just kind of take us through that drive and tell us what was working on that drive?
Definitely the tempo. We started playing at our pace, and you know that really allowed us to, you know, get stuff going and get in a rhythm. And you know, to be able to mix it up a little bit. Colt had some big catches, and then Kenyon had a big run. You know, really just kind of opened up things for us.
To the right.
SportsAuthority.com. Quick question. That pass in the first quarter, did that get lost in the lights? Somebody had to ask, so I figured it'd be me. Did that get lost in the lights? What happened on that?
Yeah, I couldn't see it. I didn't see it from the time it left his hands to the time it hit the ground. If you watch the play, the ball already hit the ground. I'm still running looking for the ball. So I didn't see it from the get-go.
Any more questions for the student athletes? We have one in the front.
DeAnthony, how does that opening touchdown compare to the other big plays you've had throughout your career, and especially to the 2 big ones in the Rose Bowl last year?
It's really it's nothing to me. Like, I just feel like it's just another play, and I just feel like I still have a lot more to accomplish and a lot more things to work on, and I'm just out there having fun.
To the left.
For Kenyon and Michael, you both mentioned this win being a blessing for you guys, but are you able to enjoy it without thinking about any what-ifs, or if you had one more game, if the system were different, maybe if you could play the winner of Monday's game?
You got to take it for what it's worth. We're not in that game. We're here in this Fiesta Bowl, so we're going to take this win for exactly what it is. It's a BCS win. It's a Fiesta Bowl win, and we'll just leave it at that.
Way to the right.
Marcus, do you feel like that was the last game you played for Chip?
Man, they gave me a loaded question.
Dude, play the fifth.
You want me to get it? Nah, I got it. He's right here if you want to ask him the question. You know, we'll have to see whatever he decides to do. You know, we're all behind him. He's an unbelievable coach. Like Kenyon was saying, you know, he's not only a football coach, but he's someone that you can look to and learn a lot of life lessons from. So, you know, whatever happens, happens, but, you know, we're all behind him, and we'll see where it takes us.
I don't see any more hands. One here in the front.
Marcus. Marcus, with that, just talk about what Coach Kelly has meant to you this season, how much he's taught you as a football player, as a person, going back to spring ball.
You know, actually, from the moment I got here, to be able to learn from, you know, a great football mind is been able, you know, to make me the guy that I am today, the quarterback that I am today, and you know, the success and, you know, all that's happened with this offense is, you know, from him, and to be able to just kind of go through that and to learn from it, you know, it's going to make me a better quarterback for future years.
No final questions for the student athletes. Okay, we'll dismiss you.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Congratulations. Give us a moment here, and we'll go to questions for Coach. Okay, questions for Coach Kelly. Okay, let's start in the aisle. Mike.
Coach Kelly, Mike Russo, West Valley View. The opening kickoff was returned for a touchdown. The suddenness of that play, did that influence you to go for the 2 points? And if so, did you feel that was going to psychologically impact Kansas State?
No, that's something we do, and we've done for a while. We're always going to try to see if we can steal a point here or there. You know, we did it 2 years ago when we were down here and got 2 points on the first play. And, you know, sometimes during the course of the game, I think those things kind of go unnoticed. But gave us an opportunity to end up being with a 3-score game down the end. But we're always just trying to see if any way we can steal a point. We got a safety for 1 point today, which I had no idea what that was. But when they told me they were going to give us 1 point, I told them we'll take it. So anyway, we can get an extra point, we'll take it. So
the middle.
Coach Kelly, Bernard Bokenny is 750 the game in Portland. Obviously, next week, Notre Dame, Alabama going to battle. But your thoughts on your team, another remarkable year, and where you rank as far as the best teams in this country right now?
Just really proud of our guys, New coming in, it was a young team, lost an unbelievable tight end, lost a great quarterback, lost a really good running back, great running back, maybe the best in school history. And then, to have guys step up at different positions, and just, kind of our next man in philosophy. And these guys embodied it, and it's just as much fun as I've ever had. It's just they totally buy into everything our coaching staff. We all kind of think with one thought process, one heartbeat, and it was a lot of fun. So where do we rank? I don't know. I don't have a vote, so I don't want to vote. It's my favorite team, so I vote as number 1.
To the left, Coach, right here in the front.
Rob Mosley, register guard. Excuse me, Chip. Just the idea of tempo in this game. How much did or didn't you want to tempo them right from the start? The importance of that drive right before halftime, and then trying to score quick early in the second half, but then also being able to milk some clock at the end.
The drive at the end of the first half was huge, and we just kind of were off a little bit there early, and it's tough. We're always trying to get that first down. We don't like 3 and outs, and it kind of throws us off balance a little bit. And I know we were leaving our defense on the field, so we just talked at halftime that we need to go back to tempo. But then when you get a lead, you got to be able to kind of play both games. And I thought Marcus did a great job of managing it. And that last drive was huge for us. We had 7 minutes on the clock, and we talked about we either going to run the 7 minutes off or we've got to finish with a score to make it a 3-score game. And really proud of Alejandro coming in there and banging that field goal. And it was kind of a fitting way, I think, to finish the season.
To the far left, Coach.
Chip, can you just talk about D'Anthony returning that kick, what that does for you, kind of in any game, but in something like this when maybe there could have been some nerves or some layoff, does that benefit, do you think, the rest of the team just kind of seeing him go right away?
Yeah, he's always been a spark for us. But, this group practiced really, really well, so I was confident that we were going to be pretty good. The one thing that's happened to us almost all season long is are you going to kick to them? When it's kind of a yes they are, no they're not. But we knew K-State was outstanding on special teams, and it was going to be a big challenge for us. And obviously, to get one to start the game and to be up 8-0, without having our offense on the field, I think it was a huge jump for us.
Second row.
Mark Kern, Kansas State Collegian. I recently spoke with Chris Herron, and he said he's a really good friend of you and that he came talk to the team. Can you talk about what he said to your team and your friendship with Chris?
Chris Herron? Oh, we're going out of left field. Yeah, he's a great friend of mine. Had an unbelievable story. I think really resonated with our players. He's an amazing human being that really is totally selfless and wants to give back. For Chris, he's made some mistakes in his life, but he wants to make sure that other people don't make those mistakes. And, I think our message to our players is always very, very consistent. I think what we have to do as a coach is sometimes change who the messenger is. Sometimes you tune out your coach, sometimes you tune out your parents. But to have Chris come and spend some time with our team. We texted before the game, and really just a special guy, and I'm really proud to call him a friend.
To the right, Coach.
Jeremy Fowler, CBS Sports. You mentioned all week your sole focus was the Fiesta Bowl. Now that the game's over, when will you entertain thoughts of the NFL?
I'll talk to Dave probably tomorrow. And he was great. I was getting a haircut. I actually tried to get a haircut on New Year's Day and couldn't figure out why stores weren't open. That's the kind of stupid life a coach leads. But I was getting a haircut on Wednesday and saw my name on the bottom of ESPN, which I thought was kind of funny because I haven't talked to anybody. So I'll sit down and talk with Dave, and I've said I'll always listen, and that's what I'll do, But I know that people want to talk to me because of our players. The success of our football program has always been about our guys, and it's it's an honor that someone would say that they wanted to talk to me about, maybe moving on to go coach in the National Football League, but it's because of what those guys do. So I'll listen, and we'll see.
On the aisle?
Chip, I'm sure you heard the fans late in the game chanting, "Chip, we want you to stay." It was pretty loud. A lot of people on the field talking about that. What does that mean to you, hearing so many thousands of people say they want you to stay at the University of Oregon?
I think it just really, for me, reaffirms what this place is all about. You know, it's a special place with special people, and it accepted me 6 years ago, you know, when I was at New Hampshire, and not many people knew about me and gave me an opportunity to come here, and it really means a lot.
To the right.
Chip, Scott Reed, DuckSportsAuthority.com. Can you talk a bit, Eric Armstead had a couple of big plays getting pressure to the quarterback. Can you talk a bit about how he's improved over the year and how that depth really helped out down the stretch this year?
Yeah, I thought Eric played really, really well today and is really starting to blossom. You know, and we're playing 3 true freshmen there with him and DeForest and Alex Balducci, and it was, you know, when you watch him and you've seen him mature as the season's gotten along and getting stronger, and you know, I kind of looked out there a couple times, and all 3 of them are lined up next to each other. But it's confidence our defensive coaches have with them, and we got a bright future on the defensive line with those 3 guys.
To the left.
Stuart Randell from SportsIllustrated.com.
Hey, Stu.
Hey. Chip, last January, you know, after you had another opportunity, you said you felt you had unfinished business here. You know, another BCS win this year, another 12-win season. How do you feel at this point about what you've accomplished to this point at Oregon, and how will that influence when you listen to possible opportunities this week?
No, I never quantify what this football program is about by wins and losses. I quantify it by how our players are, you know, and it's a whole thing. It's on the field, off the field, in the community, what they do. And this group, I can't tell you how proud I am of them, of what they do, not just every day, and how they conduct their business and what they do. And, you know, when we're at the hotel and people tell me about it, it's the best group that they've ever been around, just because of how well-mannered they are, and everywhere that people get a chance to touch our players, and the positive impact that these guys have in the community back in Eugene, throughout the state of Oregon. You know, that's the things that are important to me. The wins and losses, they'll come and go. You know, people forget your record a long time from now, and that's obviously not the most important thing. But I think for us, though, that our record really kind of validates about how we go about things. You know, we do have a different approach than I think some other people, but it's always about the players, and it always will be about the players.
Right here in front.
2 questions, really. I think everyone thought coming into this game, they figured the D-line would be an important factor getting to Colin Klein. Can you talk about maybe how the defensive line played against Colin? And the second question is, you mentioned about you listen to offers. What is it, when you go into those interviews, what do you listen for? What are you looking for in the interview process in the NFL area?
First question, I thought, you know, our entire defense played extremely well, you know, and at every level. Our secondary, our linebackers, our defensive line, and it's truly a team effort. It's 11 guys. You know, I thought they got a lot of good pressure without really having an all-out blitz Colin, and you know, kind of disrupted them a little bit and kept them off balance. So, you know, I think our D-line was integral in that. And then the second thing, I really don't know. I've only been in one interview in my life, so I can't really tell you that I got a checklist of, you know, what I'm looking for. You know, last year kind of came out of the blue, and I thought it would be a good life experience, and it was. But, you know, I really can't answer the second part of that. So.
In the back on the riser.
Jake Zivin, KZI in Eugene. Chip, when you now weigh the pros and cons in the next weeks of going to the NFL, what are some of the draws to you of moving on and coaching at the next level, and you know, you're testing yourself at that next level?
I don't really know. I mean, that's part of what this whole thing is. It's you know, more of a fact-finding mission and finding out if it fits or doesn't fit. I don't really have that answer. You know, I've never, like I said, I've only been, you know, I've been in one interview in my life, you know, for the National Football League, and that was a year ago. So I don't really have any preconceived notions about it. And I think that's what this deal's all about for me, is that, you know, it's not going to affect us in terms of we're not on the road. So, you know, I'll get an opportunity if people do call and see where they are. But I want to get it wrapped up quickly and figure out where I'm going to be.
On the aisle.
Hey, Chip, Zach Berman from the Philadelphia Inquirer. On that topic, do you have interviews yet? I'm scheduled with the Eagles.
You guys have a big Tostitos Fiesta Bowl fan base, and
we do this
at Pat and Gino's.
I'd say this season we did. This season
you did?
Yeah. Do you have interviews set up yet with?
I haven't talked to my agent is outstanding, and he knows that I want to coach this football game. there was nothing I was ever going to do that was going to distract me from this game, nor was it going to distract my players from this game. So, I'll talk to Dave either tonight or tomorrow and, see what he's done on my behalf. And that's why I have him, is that, this wasn't going to be a distraction. It wasn't a distraction for me. I think it's an honor. But I think it's an honor because of the players that we have in our program, and that's why, people want to talk to me.
To the right, toward the back.
Jordan Whitley with Comcast Sportsnet. Now that it's out there that you're entertaining and willing to listen, I'm sure that you've had conversations with your players perhaps today on what the future holds. If you haven't talked to them about anything.
No.
Okay.
We
after the game,
after the
come
game,
out.
we sung the fight song, so we were kind of fired up to do that. So, we got a great relationship. Our players, I want what's best for them. I think they want what's best for me, but I really haven't had a conversation with them. We were just in the locker room for a brief amount of time, and then we had to hustle out here to this press conference. So,
a couple more questions here in the middle.
Chip Kelly, Bernard Bokenny again.
Oh.
Bernard Bokenny again, 750 the game. How much will possible NCAA sanctions coming down affect your personal decision?
We've cooperated fully with them, and if they want to talk to us again, we'll continue to cooperate fully. So, I feel confident in the situation.
Way to the right.
Coach, back to the Fiesta Bowl here. It looked like you guys really hit the throttle in the second half. Was that part of your game plan, or was that an adjustment you had to make for the second half on offense?
No, we just kind of were off track a little bit in the first half. Wanted to, see if we got to get into a rhythm, and I think we're a rhythm offense. And when we get into the rhythm, the rhythm of the movement of our offenses, kind of allows us to do that. And it's usually, one first down, one big gain on first down, really can put us in that situation, and just kind of had to get back on track.
Here in the front to the left, Coach.
Rob Mosley, Register Guard. Chip, I know you hate hypotheticals, but who knows, maybe this is my last chance. Any thoughts on the group coming back and what it might mean to say goodbye to them, to not be leading this team next year?
Yeah, no, you're not getting a chance on a hypothetical. So, one thing we pride our football program on is consistency, and I can't change now, so I'm going to be pretty consistent with that. So,
to the right, Coach.
Coach Scott Reed, DuckSportsAuthority.com. On that DeAnthony Thomas run, Hronis Grasu made an incredibly great block upfield. Can you talk about how important it is to have such an athletic lineman that's able to get up and down the field and make blocks?
Yeah, I don't know what particular run you're talking about, but the touchdown pass? Oh, on the screen, yeah. Part of what Wood's looking for and we're looking for in our offensive linemen is guys that can run. And when we saw Hronis, he was in our camp, and just watched him run and, thought he was going to really fit what our mode is. Max Unger, I think, made the Pro Bowl this year, as a center. And I think Hronis is what we're looking for, that athletic kid that can play in space, strong enough to play at the point of attack, real intelligent. And then the bright thing with him and Jake Fisher, Tyler Johnson, we got some young guys that are coming back. Rona's only a sophomore, Tyler only a freshman, and Jake only being a sophomore. So, but Ronas' ability to get out in space is really, really big for us, and I think it's kind of key in a spread offense to have a guy like that and to have a couple guys like that. So
a little farther to the right.
Hi, Coach. Les Bowen from the Philadelphia Daily News.
Ooh, rivals.
Yes. Bitter. I know Howie Roseman talks to coaches when he goes out on scouting trips. Do you have a relationship with him? Do you know him? Do you have impressions of him at all?
Yeah, I can't do an impression of him, but I've met Howie twice. He was here a couple years ago, and we had players, and I think he was here in September or whatnot, and it's the same, Trent Belke from the 49ers was at practice, our last practice in Eugene. Scott Pioli's been at our place. Thomas Dimitrov from the Atlanta Falcons. I think it's just a testament to the players that we have, and really my interaction with those guys is 5-10 minutes. These are the guys you should look at, and give them anything they need. They're very helpful to us, and we try to be helpful to them. We allow scouts to come into our place whenever time. We don't have any real set things for that. I think it's important for our players to get that exposure if we do have kids that have the ability to play at the next level. So we've had a lot of. And I think it's because of the kids we have, the Deion Jordans and the Kiko Alonsos and the Kenyon Barners and kids like that. Usually when you have better players, the more higher ups come in, and I think that was really what the case was this year. So.
To the back on the riser.
Chip, you've coached with Mark Helfrich now for a few years, obviously very closely. What about him specifically makes you think he could succeed as a head coach of a college football program?
Yeah, I think Helf could succeed at anything he wants to do. He's extremely intelligent. detailed-oriented, great manager of people, great friend, one of the funniest guys I've ever met in my entire life, but knows how to be very, very serious when he has to be serious. We hit off immediately. I know Steve Greatwood and Tom Osborne had an existing relationship with him, and when I became the head coach, I was really looking for an offensive coordinator that could bring some unique qualities to our staff, and someone that didn't just tell us what we wanted to hear, that could challenge us, came from a different system, but just, I think health special, and love the guy.
I don't see any more hands. One more question. We'll end it with this one.
Coach, are you able to enjoy this win, this season for what it is, without getting into any what-ifs about the Stanford game, what might have been, any of that?
No. I mean, we knew the rules of engagement coming in, and we lost to a real good Stanford team, and that happens. I think the unique thing about our sport right now, until there's an expanded playoff system, is the playoffs start in week 1. If you lose a game, then you're kind of leaving it up to chance. Alabama lost a game, and everybody said they were out, and then we lost and K-State lost, and then they were back in. But it's unique. I don't have the magic answer, but the other unique thing about it is no one asks us. Us as coaches really don't have an opportunity to weigh in on how it should be played. But we're not a what-if operation. We control our own destiny. We control our own fate, even though you really can't control destiny, because destiny is a predetermined set of events. So I get mad when people say they can control destiny. So, but we controlled our season. We lost to a great Stanford team. Take my hat off to them. I watched them represent this league extremely well with a big win over Wisconsin, in the Rose Bowl, and what Dave's done down there in the last couple of years is really kind of great. I think it's great for our league, but it is what it is. We lost in a hard-fought game in overtime, but the deal for us was we had an opportunity to play one more time, and it was an outstanding event. I thought the Fiesta Bowl people were just fantastic. Our kids had a great experience, and it was a chance for us to improve on our season, and that's what our guys did. They accepted the challenge, and they did it. So,
Coach, thank you. Congratulations.
You just set a record for my longest press conference ever. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys.